Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Pulshetwar sir, our resource person.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome.
Very good evening.
Welcome.
Yes, yes. Yes, thank you, sir. I think I'm audible.
Yeah, you are
Yes,
audible.
yes.
I will, madam, I will
Thank you.
request that other headphones, this thing, what you can say, audios can
Attendees.
be muted
Okay.
from
Yes, sir.
somewhere there is disturbance.
Yes,
So
sir.
ask
Yeah,
Mr. Tushar, we can take the
Attendees.
control and
Attendees.
accept the speakers and whosoever is talking officially, others can be
Yes.
muted.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, all attendees are muted now.
Okay. Now, yeah.
Yeah.
So, madam, start please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening. A very warm welcome to all present here for national webinar on pharmacy practice school to make industry ready pharmacists, jointly organized by KK Education Societies, KK College of Pharmacy, Nashik, and KK Institute of Pharmacy, Chandori. I, Dr. Anjali Bedse, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, greet all the dignitaries, faculty members, and students for this opportune event. KK Education Society is a leading educational trust in Nashik district since past 50 years. It was established by the visionary leader, late Padma Shri Karmavir Kakasaheb Wagh. There are integral 36 institutes operational in 9 different campuses and engage in studies from KG to PhD in various fields with more than 2,000 staff, 20,000 students, and 50,000 plus alumni. KK is known for academic excellence and is most trusted brand in education across Maharashtra. As we are moving towards implementation of new education policy, skill development is becoming an emerging need of an educational field. I would like to quote here, skill is the peel for education. Practice school has been included in 7th semester of final year BPharm syllabus by the PCI with the purpose of practical exposure to students. The primary goal behind organizing this webinar is to know what resources to be provided and how practice school will be successfully implemented. Today's resource person, Dr. Satish Polshettiwar, is a very dynamic and learned person in this field with actual experience and exposure. I would like to request our principal sir, Honorable Dr. K.H. Jain, Coordinator, KK Pharmacy Institutes and Principal, KK College of Pharmacy, Nashik, to share his thoughts on this occasion. Sir, please.
Thank you, madam, and good evening and welcome. Welcome the resource person of today's event, Dr. Satish Polshetwar. Once again, he has been very nice to us, and on a short notice, he agrees, and he has got a wealth of knowledge, and he is a really present age man, very technology savvy, and keeps himself very updated with the happenings. And I welcome all the attendees. There are, I'm very happy to tell, 1200 plus registrations for this webinar. Since the subject is very, very important, and particularly for the first batch under the PCI syllabus, people are going to face this particular topic actually in the 7th semester. That is the batch which adopted PCI syllabus in 2017-18 is now going to actually do this subject. However, when we check the syllabus, PCI syllabus, and from page 1 to 9 only something is mentioned. One thing is that it is 150 hours. It is going to be 150 hours per semester, and it is going to be 150 marks, out of which 25 are internal and 125 will be the end semester exam. Again, it is an non-university examination. We call it as a non-university subject, and a little bit here and there. But when you go to the actual contents of the PCI syllabus, that is where the seventh semester starts at 143 page and it ends at 154 page number, you don't find anything. Though this thing has been numbered as BP 706 PS, you start then thinking, or 4 months back actually our D. Batu associate did, Dr. Redasni, he brought up this subject in discussion, and he said, sir, what to do, because we are going to now, our students are going to enter. And so we started contemplating the practice school, and we do have a practice, do have a pharmacy practice subject also. So we thought it has some link with pharmacy practice, or maybe it is a practical subject for the theory pharmacy practice. Now, pharmacy practice, when I discuss, I can't resist going back to 10 years back when we had APTI on the India-Pakistan border at Moga, Punjab, where I was also one of the plenary speakers. And revamping and restructuring the pharmacy syllabus was the theme of that. So when I got the opportunity, I suggested that our BPharm should be practically divided into or bifurcated into BPharm industrial and BPharm practice. Because today most of our syllabus is keeping the industrial jobs in mind. Then slowly our PCI president, when he introduced this PharmD, this pharmacy service or service sector or the counseling and all these things have started gaining the momentum. So far, so much, it is still not much in India. Wherever I have gone in Western countries or even in Dubai, I did see pharmacy practice is very religiously followed, and I do visit the south as examiner or for PhD Viva Voce, and in Manipal and all, they do have full-fledged MPharm pharmacy practice. Our PCI did start BPharm pharmacy practice since last 3-4 years, but they are not takers only. So then we were contemplating what to do. Nothing is described. But then thankfully 1 month back, PCI did conduct, due to our repeated reminders, and maybe reminders might have come from all the corners of the country. They conducted a 4 hours long session. And then things were clear that this has nothing to do with pharmacy practice. Basically, this is something as a prelude of industrial training. Means it is a sincere and earnest attempt to make your student ready for industry on small scale. The student should be exposed to all type of equipment, whether it is in your machine room. He should be actually exposed to all the unit operations. As far as pharmaceutics department is concerned, the student can also be exposed to sophisticated analytical instruments, whether you should have hands-on on HPLC and IR and other things. Person can also do practice on softwares like drug design, and he can do basic molecular modeling freewares, and if you do have Schrodinger and all, he can do that. And similarly, person can also do some experiments, but probably in silico in the 4th subject, that is pharmacology. So this was expected. Maybe somebody can even go for process development, but that is very far-fetched. As such, in our pharmacy, chemistry is not much liked by people. So from that point of view, I thought we should now, because this is inevitable, we have to face the subject, and in the larger interest of our students, and also to enlighten our staff members, I did attend that 4 hours this thing. Its recording is also available on the YouTube. It was very nicely done, and I was very much impressed with the presentations by the speaker, particularly from JSS Ooty, and they have fantastic infrastructure, but that is not possible for all our colleges. I thought, why don't we just revise it and go for a more practical view? And so today there are few names which are coming up and which are really far ahead than many institutions. Means no insult basically implicated or intended, but some institutes I have seen growing. One of them is MIT, and maybe a positive wave is there. They have certain people like Dr. Satish and all, and they are thinking in different plane. They are already into advanced mode, and so I thought let us take the benefit of such people. And actually, in our first spurt of webinars, I think our third webinar, he was the resource person, and where we were more bothered about online teaching learning and the ICT tools and other things. And he gave a fantastic oration with beautiful slides and even some animations and something for even your virtual labs and other things. And then I understood his caliber. And then I discussed with him that whether we can go for this practice school, and he said, yes, sir, very much we can. So I thought we should really take a benefit of this and we can have such sessions. So I personally took interest and I personally contacted particularly to the D. Batu principals. I sent them on our group. We have a principal group, we have a staff group. I posted, I sent them emails, particularly for the 2017-18 batch. There are 14 colleges. So I thought it is very, very imperative and very, I cannot say mandatory, but it is very much essential. At least their principals and staff, and they are particularly final year students who are going to go for this. I don't know when they will go because of the situation, but still they should be exposed to this. And therefore, I pursued this matter, persuaded them, and today I think a very overwhelming response is there, at least as the numbers of the registration suggest. So in the same earnest, I wish to announce this 30th of June, we are touching one more subject, part 1. Part 1 is the how to kickstart the training and placement activity, which we were supposed to do the internships, but the corona spoiled all our these things, and we forgot that because we had several other issues, everybody. And second part, again, I have spoken to Dr. Satish. There we are going to have some international speaker and him debating. That will happen in the next month, and where he is going to focus more on the students' skills and other things, which also falls under the TPO, because the student should be made industry ready. His focus is always to make the students industry ready. So today also the theme is to make the students industry ready. So without taking much time, I'm thanking him again and thanking all the attendees for such an overwhelming response, and thanking my staff for organizing a webinar which can be very, very useful on a very useful subject. And without wasting much time, I hand over the reins to our coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Professor Raut to commence the session. Thank you, madam. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Professor Rutuja Deshmukh. She has completed her graduation and post-graduation from College of Pharmacy, Nasik. She has total 4-year industrial as well as academic experience. Currently, she is working as assistant professor in Department of Pharmaceutics, Kekewa College of Pharmacy, Nasik. She is going to enlighten us on curriculum aspect of practice school. Without much delay, I request madam to take over the session.
And Rutuja Deshmukh is also our staff member, which Raut madam forgot to tell. He is a staff member of Kekewa College of Pharmacy.
Good evening, everyone. I, Professor Rutuja Deshmukh, would like to give you a brief overview on Pharmacy Practice School.
prescribed by Pharmacy Council of India semester 7. So basically the purpose of pharmacy practice school is to make students industry ready. So when student undergo industrial training after the practice school, it will be easy for him to cope up with the industrial environment, and eventually he'll be ready for the full-time employment. So practice school helps or boost the easy transition of student from academics to industry. So the basic outline of my presentation is concept of practice school, syllabus as practice school as per syllabus, then why practice school is needed, how is practice school unique, attributes gained by the students in practice school implementation in academics, suggested domains in practice school evaluation. Then we will have a quick overlook on elective subject concept, and last is the conclusion. So what is this concept of practice school? So basically there was a huge gap between the academics and the industrial environment, and to fulfill this gap the concept of practice school was introduced by PCI. So practice school allows a student to implement the concepts learned in classroom in real life situations. It also helps students to develop their skills before they enter into the industry under the guidance of industry experts and faculty. In short, we can say the practice school is a simulation of industry environment in the process of education. Institutions play a major role in this practice school. The very first role of institution is to guide students for the finalization of title of the work. For technical support during the program, institution can also invite industrial expert for the same. Then the institution must do critical and judicious evaluation of the work for the better results. Now what we have in current syllabus? In current syllabus we have three important things. Just a second. Okay. So in 7th semester, as per PCI syllabus, every candidate must undergo a practice school for a period of 150 hours, and the student can opt for any of the domains which are prescribed by the program committee of the institution. And at the end of the practice school, every student must submit a printed report in triplicate of not more than 25 pages. And based on this report and the knowledge and skills acquired by the students, the practice school will be evaluated by the subject experts at the college level. So why practice school is needed? Anyone who is associated with this practice school will be benefited by this, that is the industry, students as well as the institution. So what will be the benefits to the students? The students learn by doing. Then all-round development of the students is there. It aids in career planning of the students. Experience of professional working conditions is to the students. Then there is a smooth transition from campus to company. Then benefits to industry include steady stream of skilled manpower, is then value addition and increased productivity, human resource development benefits, employer branding, and access to expertise from academia. Benefits to university include input to quickly adapt curriculum to match the needs of the industry, faculty development, opportunities for research and consultancy, and access to industrial expertise and infrastructure. So main focus of practice school is to make student learn by doing. So you can say the main focus is to provide hands-on experience to the instruments and equipments which were very important in industry point of view, like HPLC, FTIR, dissolution, diffusion, etc. And to understand the stages involved in formulation development, right from pre-formulation to stability studies. So more exposure will be there, more skilled and confident the students will become. So how is practice school unique? So when you will compare the practice school with the regular practical classes, in regular practical classes, the student learn concept individually, chapter and subject wise. While in case of practice school, there is complete life cycle of product can be studied by the student, right from the pre-formulation till the stability studies. In case of regular practical classes, there is a staggered learning, while in case of practice school, there is integrated learning. Students learn within the prescribed curriculum in regular practical classes, and in case of practice school, there is a holistic learning. The regular practical classes is limited to curriculum only, and in case of practice school, the learning is based on latest technology. In case of regular practical classes, large group of students are involved, while in case of practice school, small group of students are involved, because of which there is a focused learning. So what will be the attributes gained by the students during this practice school? So during practice school, each student is trained to develop their various skills such as problem solving, critical thinking, innovation thinking, curiosity to learn, communication skills, teamwork, responsibility, attitude and discipline, and also the students develop professional and ethical behavior. This is the timetable of our final year BPharm, in which we have implemented the practice school, and as prescribed by the PCI, the practice school is the workload for practice school is 12 hours per week. Suggested domains in practice school. There are you can explore various domains in which you can perform this practice school. So first is formulation development, then phytomedicines, analytical method development, quality control and quality assurance, regulatory affairs, clinical trials, that is pharmacovigilance, and preclinical testing and toxicology. These are not limited to these concepts only. You can explore more and more domains depending on the resources which are available in the institute. Now, how the practice school evaluation will be done. So as prescribed in the PCI, 25 marks have been given for the continuous mode, and 125 marks is given for the practice school evaluation at the college level. So total, the practice school will be evaluated for 150 marks. Out of this, the evaluation which will be done on the college level, okay, it can be evaluated on the basis of 3 parameters like project report, viva voce, and practical school guides perception. Out of this, 50% weightage can be given to the project report, 25% weightage should be given to the viva voce, and 25% weightage can be given to the practical school guides perception. The students will also be evaluated on the basis of their other skills such as goal setting, achieving targets, means to achieve targets, application of theory in practice, quality presentation, quality of report presentation, overcoming limitations, communication skills, attitude and discipline, and efficiency in planning and execution. Now here comes the another concept that is introduced by PCI in semester 8, that is the elective subject concept. So elective subject is one chosen by student from a number of optional subject which is prescribed in a curriculum as different to required course which a student must take. So here come into light the two concepts, that are what are the core courses and what are the elective courses. So core courses are the one which are deemed essential for an academic degree. They are also known as the required courses, and elective courses are tend to be more specialized. Also, they have fewer students than the required courses. Elective courses benefits. So very first benefit is that it provides student with a well-rounded education. They expand students' critical thinking skills. They help the students to develop the skills in the area of their interest. They could even they can even just satisfy students' curiosity about a certain subject. So what are elective subjects as per PCI? So typically, PCI requires students to achieve both breadth of knowledge across the disciplines and depth of knowledge in a particular chosen subject, which is known as elective. So as per PCI, students of BPharm 8th SEM are required to take 2 specialized pharmaceutical science courses. These 2 electives will be selected by the program committee of the institution as per the resources available in their premises. So in short, I would like to conclude that practice school serves as a platform that facilitates and promotes intellectual exchange between academics and industry. Practice school involves task orientation, teamwork, goal orientation, and managing interpersonal relationship. And electives allow students to study the topic of their interest. So thank you very much. Here comes the end of my session. Thank you to all the participants for their patience. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for a very good and dynamic overview of practice school. I am extremely honored to introduce today's eminent speaker for Dr. Satish Polshettiwar. Dr. Satish Polshettiwar is an academician, an author, a counselor for competitive exam, and trainer for teachers. Sir has completed MPharm PhD from Pune and DIT from CDAC Pune, qualified GATE from IIT Madras with 99 percentile. He has excelled well in MPSC. He is having more than 15 years of teaching research experience. Currently, he is working as a professor and head, Department of Pharmaceutics, School of Pharmacy, World Peace University, Pune. He has received Junior Research Fellowship from AICTE for his PG studies. He is having his own YouTube channel with more than 1100 subscribers and 11,000 followers. He is a recipient of many national and international prestigious awards like South Asian Education Award 2019 for Best Faculty in Pharmacy, National Unity Award 2018, Shikshan Shri Award 2019, Best Innovative Faculty Award 2019, and prestigious Teacher Glory Award 2020. He has presented his research work in various national and international conferences. He has published more than 45 research and review articles in national and international well-recognized journals. He has published 3 books in subjects like pharmaceutical microbiology and pharmaceutical engineering. He is having 3 Indian patents on his name. He is also delivered many expert talks at different colleges around India on career opportunities after pharmacy. Scope and applications of pharma, microbiology and biotechnology, CGMP, and computer-aided drug delivery. He is a life member of APTI, IPA, CRS, and MSPC. He is a consultant of 6 well-known pharmaceutical industry. He is received Best Research Article of the year 2015 from International Journal of Pharmaceutical Research. He has also received research as well as for establishment of Industry Institute Partnership Cell and Innovation Promotion Scheme grants for more than 20 lakhs from Pune University and AICTE New Delhi. He is a reviewer of many reputed pharmaceutical journals like Asian Journal of Pharmaceutics, Journal of Controlled Release, the Bioscan, and Pharma Infonet. He is a well-known speaker for many national and international webinars. There is much to say about him, but due to time constraint, without much ado, I shall kindly request Dr. Paul Shettiwar sir to commence this session.
Yes. Yes, Tushar sir, can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, just let me know whether the screen is visible or not. So I shall move further then. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
is it visible to one and all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. At the outset, I would like to express my sincere thanks once again to very dynamic principal, very gentle, good human being, I could say, Dr. Jain sir, for inviting me as a resource person again for this very important topic of today's discussion, that is practice school making future ready pharmacist. Once again, I thanks to the organizing team for introducing me very nicely manner. I don't deserve this kind of things, but definitely I will now try to make myself, this is a kind of thought process I'm going to open in front of you, how we can utilize all the resources, how one can make ourselves a future ready pharmacist. So let us begin with this topic without wasting time. Yeah, let me open first my disclaimer before going to start this session. First, I would like to thanks to all participants. I could see more than 200, more than 254 participants. Really, it's a good number, I could say. Yeah, thank you once again to all participants and all these things. Be ready for next 1 hour. I'm going to highlight you many things that may be, utilizing, that may be helpful to your institutes to develop themselves. Okay. So let us continue with this session. Just 2 minutes. The content of these slides are intended for educational purpose only. And next, yeah, just a minute. Something issue is there. Yeah, the presentation is based on publicly available information, and the views presented are the views of the presenter, not necessarily to author, employer, organization. This is my disclaimer before starting my session. Now let us begin with the topic that I'm going to talk today. It's kind of a discussion I'm going to, discuss with you. The outline of today's entire presentation, Rutuja man already, explained the various insights, how the strategy would be there, how we can implement this course in our curriculum. Definitely that would be the added advantage in my presentation. So today's talk I'll be more focusing on overview of the pharmacy practice, how it has to be designed and how we can implement it. What is the preparation and strategic action plan to make our student future ready? That is very important. Then effective implementation, how we can effectively implement all these practice schools. And now we are facing the pandemic situation. All of you know, this is a challenging environment to one and all. Teacher also having problems, student also having problem, academic institute also have problems. So in everywhere we have so many issues. Now we have to focus with all the challenges, and we have to cope up with the challenges, and we have to come up with the good solution. That is very important. Then how we can evaluate this all process and assessment. Then I'll be taking question answer later on. So all of you know the purpose of assessment is to increase the quality. That is we are expecting. We need a domain experts. That is a lacking in today's era. All of you know industry are into what industry want. Industry want domain expertise. So we call it as nothing but the ready-made students. Now we are talking about ready-made things. Na? All of you know everybody's world is looking for the ready-made things. If you get ready-made thing, definitely that work will be easier. That is the very important. Then evaluation is to judge the quality, that we all of you know. Always we need a quality manpower, we could say. So what is the objective behind this practice school? Rightly said by Rutuja Madam in her presentation. So what is the major objective behind this practice school? Why this PCI have introduced this into a curriculum? So basic idea behind that, you all of you know, the today's era, we are lacking with employability skills. So if we just talk about the McKinsey reports and all AICD Indian skill reports, 30% of students are employable, only 30%. So definitely this is the kind of signal we are giving to all the academic institutes. Definitely we have to cope up with the challenges. How we can improve this academic skill and employability skill among the students, so that they can easily get absorbed in the pharmaceutical industry. That is the industry want. So that's why this practice school definitely play a vital role, I could say, to bridge the gap between the academic and industry. So we all of you know, we have been studying from first to, our students are studying from first to third year, all domain knowledge. Like we can say we are making them aware about different kind of pharmaceutical aspects like cognosy, biochemistry, organic chemistry, all subjects they are thoroughly studied, because theoretically they are very much rich, I could say. But if you just talk about the problem solving capability, their problem solving capability is very poor. So we need to focus on this problem solving capability, how we can enrich this knowledge among the student so as to become the employable candidates. That is the major focus beyond this objective of these practice schools. So this practice school, you all of you know, it is being as per the PCI curriculum, it is given in BPharm semester 7. Means in final year BPharm, they have to undergo this practice schools. So entire 6 months they have to be undergone the specialized training. Maybe we can acquainted with the various kind of technology, various kind of sophisticated instruments and all these things that I'm going to focus in my upcoming session. This is a kind of simulation. Okay, so this practice school involve all the kind of simulation. I recall as nothing but we are making them entire product cycle. We all know how pharmaceutical product cycle is being done. We understood CMC, that is chemistry, manufacturing and control. How the chemistry is involved, how manufacturing is done in pharma industry, how the control is being done. So that is called the entire CMC. This practice school give the insight on all entire CMC, how drug is being synthesized, how it has been extracted, how then it has been processed, then how it has been formulated, then goes to stability, then clinical trials, then we move to the regulatory compliances, then that is the kind of process, entire drug process. So that is the kind of simulation model that will give the that will enrich by these practice schools. So this is kind of domain knowledge. Means they can acquire this all the domain knowledge during this entire 6 months. Then they transform into the this is the kind of we are expecting, that is the industry ready BPharm graduates. I could say instead of industry ready, a future ready, because what is going to be happen after 5 years down the line, we don't know. So we should always make them ready for future, not industry ready as well. Okay, future ready is important. So because you all of you know, world is growing, keep on updating themselves. So always students have to upgrade their knowledge, skill, so as to cope up with the challenges, and they can ready for that, adapt that newer environments to meet the challenges. That is very important. So in order to become a domain expert, this practice school definitely kind of fascinating tools, a fascinating kind of model that is being introduced by PCI. Definitely, only thing is that how it has to be only implement. That is only need up. That is the concern that I'm going to tell you in entire session. In order to make them employable, that is the major objective behind this practice school. We have to make our student employable. That is the problem in today's era. All of you know, 70% students are unemployable, 30% only employable. So how we can, if you just look at the job opportunity, if there is any job opportunity, so if single job is there, a number of applications are coming. So irrespective of the domain expertise, students are applying, and the rejection rate is very high. If you just talk about the opening in pharma industries, there are a number of openings are there. The problem is that they are not getting that much talented students, that much domain areas expert students. So if the industry will get all expertise, all domain expert, definitely they will hire, and recruitment chances would be more. That is the major motto behind this practice school. How we can simulate this kind of environment among the student in our academic institutes, so that we can bridge the gap between the academic industry. That is the major concern. So that will be always get benefited in 360 angle. Your institute get benefited, your student getting benefited, and you all of you know the student getting benefited. Overall global socially it also got impact. That is very, very important. Always we have to innovate it, then impact in society and influence in society. That is very, very important. So what is the need of pharmacy practice? That already we have been discussed. Lack of domain expert. That is the major concern in pharma industry. Lack of domain experts. If industry want the student, those are expertise in the drug design, yeah, maybe in microbiology, maybe in maybe formulation development. The students are not getting that. Industry are not getting that domain experts. If you make them, the particular area, then definitely the chances of getting recruitment is very, very high. So we have to make them industry ready for B.Pharm graduate. Then lack of problem solving capability. That is another concern in today's generation students. Their employability skill is very, very low, very, very poor. However, their theoretical knowledge is very, very good, but employability skill is very less. To develop the values, that is also very important. Industry attitude and ethics. So this practice school definitely make them, industry ready with respect to their attitudes, ethics, because industry want attitude, ethics. That is very important. Their behavior, whether they can work in team or not, that is also going to be very, very important. So what that industry want? That is the industry want. If you have this mindset, definitely industry will hire you. Then to meet the rapidly changing needs, we all know the world is going to be changed rapidly. We always cope up with the challenges. We should ready for that future. Then enable students to acquire learning by applying the knowledge skill they possess are unfamiliar, open-ended real life situation. That is very, very important. They should solve the problems of these real world problems. That is very, very important. Industry want that troubleshooting. If we have that knowledge, domain skill, then definitely we can resolve the industry problems. Industry have n number of problems. If you have solution for that, definitely industry will hire you. So industry will come to you, not to you. You're not supposed to go to industry. That kind of environment you have to create. So industry will come to you and they will hire you. No need to apply the industry. So that is the kind of environment you have to create. This serve as a platform to facilitate and promote partnership. That is also very important. If you have a good student, if you have definitely, if you have domain expertise, which is having deep knowledge, industry will come to you and definitely they will collaborate with you. That is the kind of collaboration we can generate. That is the kind of exchange between the academia and industry that can, because we are sharing and disseminating the knowledge, providing input to problem solving that industry want. We all know imperative knowledge is very important rather than declarative knowledge. So in declarative knowledge, what they're getting, the statement of fact, which facilitate the statement of fact. But imperative knowledge, it facilitates the way up to finding the new information that probably going to be very valuable to them. That is very, very important. So practice make man perfect. That we understood, but that practice should be perfect. That is very important. So the other learning outcome objective of these practice schools to enhance their employability skills, to make them real problem solver, to learn complete life cycle of products. We all know life cycle. Start from your drug synthesis, from plant source. So we have to understood the first plant chemistry. Then definitely we can come up with the various kind of formulations. We can understood physics, chemistry, biology, very, very in nutshell form. Then only we can implement, apply their skill for these problems. To permit the students and apply and refine their skills, to develop the competencies, that is very, very important. Then to improve the work attitudes and discipline overall culture that industry want. To expose to job and profession of industry, we can make them industry ready. If somebody is going to industry, definitely they can work properly in industry, and industry feedback also will get very nicely. That is the very, very important. Self-motivated, team player, collaborative approach, diligent professional, develop the excellence, time management ability and punctuality, applying interdisciplinary and integrated learning to real world problems, which is unfamiliar, open-ended real life situation. That is the kind of outcome of this practice schools. We have been disconnected. All of you know we have been disconnected with industry. If you just look at the what industries go, what is happening in industry, what is happening in academia. So there's a lot of gaps. So we have to fill this gap. Definitely, this practice school would be the one of the best solution to bridge the gap between this academia industries. We have the different resources. Only thing is that how we have to use the resources for making them future ready. So that is very important. So you all of you know world is moving from pharmaceutical to biopharmaceuticals. That we need to understood where world is going. What are the kind of technology appearing in markets? What is happening in the industry? So we should always keep on updating. Even teachers should also keep updating themselves to learn the technology, because student also teacher has to also undergo the training. Definitely they can learn many things. So what are the immediate intervention in pharma industry? Repurposing of drug, plasma therapy, biosimilar products, They are the kind of technology, kind of discovery happening in pharma industry. One should ready for that. So we should always aware about that. Definitely we can think in this line. Then biosimilar products. Next era would be the biosimilar products. You all of 17 blockbuster drug is going to be blockbuster biological products like vaccine, your monoclonal antibody, peptides, interferons are going to be expired by patents. They are appearing in purple book. So definitely industry are getting chances to make the biosimilar products. If you have this knowledge, domain knowledge, definitely the chance of your recruitment process would be higher. Rejection rate would be very less in this case. Because what happens now, if there's an opening in biosimilar products, a biosimilar industry, those are making biosimilar products, if you're applying, so in what student doesn't have any knowledge about biosimilar product, randomly they're applying. If you have domain expert in this area, definitely chances of getting recruitment absorption industry would be higher. That is the major motto behind these practice schools. Then herbal, nutraceutical, functional products, they are the area coming future. We all of because of this COVID-19, there are a lot of demand of immunomodulators. Definitely this area you can focus because a lot of demands are there. Ultimate goal is to make them employable. That is the ultimate goal of any institutes. So this practice school will give the insight on that. Medical devices, another area where we can focus. 3D printing, the new era coming. Definitely we can explore this area in your college, develop this center of excellence. Definitely industry will come to you, and that is very, very important. You can have this kind of platform in your institutes, in your campus. Definitely industry will come to you and give the training to their students, and they will hire. That is the model we can create. That is called as training, then hiring, and then deployments, and we can make the happening. That is very important. Hire, train, and so train, hire, and deployments that we can do. Rapid prototyping also. Then personalized genomic medicines. Definitely we can give the insight on these genomic medicines, bioinformatics tools, drug discovery, repurposing, all kinds of tools are there. We should explore this kind of tools, web-based tools. Some applications are there. So in this pandemic situation, we cannot go to wet lab now. Now the time has come to engage our student on online. Maybe virtual lab could be one of the solution for that. So we all understood this 3 Idiot movie. We understood what we are gaining in our education pipelines. If you just talk about the Amir Khan and this his teacher, both are talented. Life is race. Both are clever, intelligent, and smart. So what is only thing required? You have to create the atmosphere among the students, positive atmosphere. Then attitudes toward this work. Then action. You should have actionable plan, and that plan should be executed. That is very, very important. So in BPharm curriculum, already the madam has explained you about this. We have the 3 important components as per the BCI curriculum. Industry training, that has to be performed, that has to be undergone in after this 6th semester before 7th semester, where student can apply, can undergo the training, 1 month training in hospital, industry, community pharmacy, that we can depute the students to different industries. That is the one area the student can enter. Then practice school, that is being introduced in 7th semester in final year BPharm. This is the non-university examination where institute have to design this course, and they have to make the timetables of this duration, 150 hours throughout the semester, that is 12 hours per week. Then next after that, it is linked with the practice school, that is project work. See, if you're making the students aware about this kind of areas where they can have the, we can say, potential curriculum or potential we can say future, definitely student can think in this line and they can take the project like that. Because in project work they have to choose the topic. You all of topics is there. So if you make them aware about the what are the kind of technology and what are the job opportunity after this BPharm, definitely student can think and they can select the topics. That is very important. Student interest is important. You have to make the student interest. You have to identify the SWOT analysis. You have to identify their strength, weakness. Definitely somebody may be good in the artist, somebody may be good in communication skills, somebody may be good in writing skill. You have to identify the skills and we can depute the student accordingly. This is the practice school which is being given in PCI syllabus, that is in 7th semester. Every candidate shall undergo practice school for a period of 150 hours, that eventually distributed throughout the semester. The students shall opt any of one domain which is being given in PCI syllabus, that is declared by the program committee from time to time. Then at the end, practice school, every student shall submit, these are quantitative terms, submit a printed copy in triplicates, not more than 25 pages. These are the kind of things they have to do as per the PCI syllabus. But thing is that only we have to give the proper training to them. We have to make them domain experts. We have to make them, future ready for industry. So these are the things that we can do in this. Already it has been explained by Rutuja ma'am. I don't to cover these things. Already these all also covered. Okay, we have the practice school in the final BPharm in 7th semester. Having code BP 706 PS, okay, which is having number of hours trails. Credit point is given 6. Okay, so everything is given in that PCI syllabus, how it has to be done and how it has to be practiced. Okay, so now next, selection of topics. How we can select the topics? So selection of topic, just now focus on the what different areas where we can focus. We should know where the employabilities are there, where the student can get recruited, where the chance of recruitment is more. So that we have to decide. So from among the elective subject decided by program committee of the college, based on student interest, that is very important. So you have to always take into consideration this point. Student interest. How student interest develop? You have to make them aware about different areas. What are different avenues available after BPharm? So what are the job opportunities where they can get a job, where they can get absorbed very easily? So that is the things you have to understand. Then facility available at college. Many colleges have facilities like simple, like we can say that designing facility, computer facility, we have the formulation facility, we have the animal house. We can utilize all the resources to make a complete product life cycle. So we have to always take the student maybe for 1 week on drug discovery or drug designing, like synthesis. Then after that we can take on analytic lab, then for formulation. Then after that, likewise we can go ahead till the regulatory guidelines. So student will thoroughly gone through that process from the starting with the drug design process to end with your regulatory guidelines. What are the regulatory approach are there? What are the things are there? That is the kind of simulation we can provide in the institutes. So student, so we have to make we have to involve the student in each and every activity. Then even we can collaborate with the industry. If industry are ready to collaborate with one of the activity, maybe some industry are collaborate with your animal screening, maybe in the formulation development, maybe in pharmacovigilance. Definitely we can take the help of the student industry, and we can design the course, a separate course for that, and we can involve the students in that. There are elective subject which is being mentioned in PCI syllabus. That is a total 10 subjects are there. They have to select this subject. There are different areas are there where the student can go. Okay, so they are the pattern they have been given. Marking system, the continuous mode is 25 marks. Then that is internal assessment, and end semester exam which has been conducted for 150 marks. Okay, total would be 125 marks. Total would be 150. So many people are not very confusing about that. What is practice school and project schools? So project work. So it is quite integrated. If you have to integrate these things, okay. What is practice school? Practice school is nothing but we have to take them in the practice of different areas. We can provide the domain knowledge, maybe from starting with your drug synthesis to stability study to regulatory guidelines. Entire CMC process, chemistry, manufacturing, and control. Entire thing we can make them explore. Definitely, then student will identify the core area where they can go. So because they have to identify the strength, weakness in those areas, definitely they can choose their topics later on. That is a project work that we can take it further. So practice school will give the idea about the project. Definitely we have to integrate both the things properly. Definitely student will get the idea about the topics and their interest, and they can choose and they can carry out the research work. That is we call as project work, which we can do in individual or in the group, not more than 5 students as per the PCI curriculum. And where practice school, it has not been mentioned, but I would suggest make the small groups like 15 students in one group, and we can take them in different areas. Maybe 1 week for pharmaceutical department, 1 week for chemistry department. Like that, we can go till the pharmacology, till regulatory affairs. Industrial training is desirable, where student have to undergo the industrial training for at least 150 hours. That is entirely spread over the 4 week of pharmaceutical industry, hospitals, production units, any of the industry we can engage them. Okay, and they have to submit the satisfactory report after completion of that. It is desirable. Now, next part that is very important: how we can prepare ourselves. What would be your strategic action plan for all the colleges? Because this concept is new. We all of you know this concept is new for each and everyone. But if you just talk about the practice school is, I think we are practicing many things. But we are calling practice school because we are making domain expert in the specialized area. Like we all of you know, world is moving towards the advanced technology. We should always ready for that advanced technology. So first we have to identify your weakness strength. That is called as institute weakness strength, what we have right now. Maybe if your college have pilot plan, that would be the very, very important tools for that. You have to, you have to engage our student in pilot plan. Pilot plans, you have to make more and more, we can add some instrument in pilot plan, like we have tablet machine, we have granulation machine, we have many things in the pilot plans. So that would be the one of the area where we can engage our students. So we have to identify this. Then after that, then prepare the batches like less than 15, where we can make them understood a different concept very nicely. Then make it available all the resources in different areas of respective domain as per PCI syllabus. They have been given different areas. Like if you have animal house, definitely we can engage in animal house maybe entire 1 week or 2 weeks on animal house only. Starting from your GMP process to GLP process to how protocol has been prepared, how animal ethical committee is coming, how they have evaluated, scrutinized, everything. Let them know each and everything, because in practical what we are doing, only we are doing the performing practical, maybe studying some activity on that. But in this practice school, we are giving complete a product life cycle, starting from initial your documentation to entire regulatory approach. Everything we are making them aware. So that is a kind of practice school we are giving. Then this create a 6-month plan as per the domain areas. We have to prepare the 6-month entire plan, where we can use a Google Classroom or any other ERP system. So I am also taking on that Google Classroom also, maybe 5 minutes. I have created one course for that. Definitely that will be also helpful to you. Then design the course structure for practice schools. Then appoint the staff for each domain. That is very important. So first we have to make our faculty a train. That is very important. We can send our faculty to industry. They can understand what is going on in the industry, what is happening in industry. They can get a knowledge, enrich their knowledge, and they can then bring that knowledge into student minds. That is the things we require, because we have to train the faculty. That is very important points. Because teacher also not been acquainted with this kind of updated things, what is happening in industry. We can invite the industry experts. Maybe your alumni are there. We can involve, you can utilize your alumni, those are working in pharma industry. That is the best solution, I would suggest. Instead of talking with other industry experts, you just first concentrate on your alumni. Those are working in industry. They will guide you properly. They can give the insight on the industry, what is happening. We can take the help of those are working in pharmacovigilance, some are working in formulation department, some may be working in your drug discovery process, some may be working in supply chain management, some may be working in clinical management, that is clinical data management. We can explore all this knowledge to students. That is, we can then utilize the virtual lab. Now, in this pandemic situation, it is not possible to conduct any kind of practice in lab. Wet lab study is not possible because of this pandemic situation. We don't know what is going to happen. We can't predict what is. So definitely this virtual lab could be the one of the best solution for this academic year. Maybe this semester, we have to engage them, all the students, by using virtual lab. That I'm going to highlight in today. I'm teaching you on virtual lab, how we can take the student on this virtual lab and make them aware about, simulate this kind of conditions, what is happening in industry, how we can perform the practicals. Virtual internship also there. Then incubation cell, every institute must be having incubation cell, IPR cell, because all of students have their minds. They are coming with the various kind of different ideas. If you have incubation cell in your college, your university, definitely that cell will be incubate their minds and they can advise them for further process. Maybe we can develop the new startup or entrepreneurship also. That is a kind of cell we required in each college. So I would suggest every college have a suggestion box, and this box, complaint box. Keep one box that is called an innovation box, where student can put one innovative idea and we can incubate them, their ideas. That is the kind of things now we can do virtually also. Then effective utilization of pilot plant, that already I told, lab facility. We can start with basic things like granulation system, mixing system, synthesis, extraction. We can start this kind of practice. Then CSR activity. What is this activity? Many institutes, many organizations providing the CSR fund, CSR activity also. If you approach some companies, definitely they can also provide some fund. They can also provide some kind of corporate social responsibility activity. We can also take them in their corporate life. Maybe 1 or 2 days visit we can arrange in the corporate institutes. Definitely this Barclays and all companies are there in Pune and different allied areas. Okay, they are ready to provide the training to students. Only thing is that we have to approach to them. many people are not aware about this activity, CSR activity. Barclays is doing, all of you in Pune, we have Barclays, they are giving continuous training, 1 week, 2 week training, entire training, how corporate life is there, how we are doing the experiments and all these things. Okay, these are the kind of things they can perform. Then alumni engagements, already I told you. Okay, I think this would be the really, to give the insight how we can make and prepare a strategic plan. So SWOT analysis is very important. You have to always identify strength, weakness, threats, opportunity. Now threat has to be changed, challenges. So we have to make them, a job creator rather than job seeker. So that is very important. Now we have to move entrepreneurship, how we can make them entrepreneur. Definitely that if one student become entrepreneur, that person will give the job of a 10%, a 10 student, next 10 students. So that is the kind of approach you should have. Job creator is important rather than job seeker. We have the potential areas where we can focus. Now all of you know world is going very faster rate, where we must engage our student in 3D printing, QC, QA, bioinformatics, molecular biology, computational modeling, PKPD, SAS. This is one of the areas where we can focus. Many institutes providing the SAS online training. Maybe we can include for 1 week SAS training to your students. That is statistical analysis training that is being needed to analyze your data, because data is used. You have to analyze this data properly in order to come up with the proper conclusion. So it's a kind of regulatory guidelines. Okay, in order to get faster regulatory approval, we have to always look at this kind of SAS programming. Then smart packaging technology, industry are looking after the smart packaging. If you have some student who is really, have the knowledge of packaging technology, how packaging is done, different kind of technology, that will be the added advantage. Then pharmacovigilance, clinical data management, medical writing. If somebody is having writing is very good during this practice school, if you observe somebody is really writing that particular paper very nicely, you can identify their skill and you can, guide further to become a medical writer. That is a kind of, domain expertise we can create. Even regulatory affairs, some students may be good in regulatory guidelines, some may be good in some kind of, communication skill. If communication skill is good, definitely we can depute them in regulatory affairs and patent IPR. They can work better. Sales marketing, some students are good in communication skill and marketing strategy. Definitely we can give them more training on this sales marketing and we can, make them employable. Supply chain management, another area. Then startup, incubation, entrepreneurship. These are the potential areas where our pharmacists can look after. So how we can prepare at institute level? So develop the capability of the institutes. That is very important. The practice school, maybe, this kind of things where institute have to develop these capabilities. Maybe if you don't have tablet machines, then definitely we can procure tablet machines, packaging machines, and small instruments. Definitely that will give the added advantage to a student to make them more and more enriched with this kind of knowledge, and they can make future ready. Making available on utilization of all resources. Maybe your institute have a multi-campus. You have to always keep this approach, multidisciplinary approach. Mechanical engineering is there, you have chemical engineering, you have different polymer science engineering, all. Definitely you can utilize their facility also. Not restrict your pharmacy institutes. If somebody is really good in that technology, can designing, definitely we can depute in your mechanical engineering departments. Definitely he can work in your campus only. You have to utilize the all campus facility and we can develop some center of excellence in particular areas. Then that is the develop the center of excellence. That is very important. Maybe in 3D printing, maybe in formulation development, maybe in clinical trials, maybe in kind of SAS training. So you have to identify yourself that this institute is, center of excellence for this particular medical writing, clinical trials, maybe 3D printing. So industry will, approach to you. Industry will come to you. You should not go to industry. That is the kind of environment you have to create. Then training to faculty on domain areas is very, very important. We have to always train our faculty. Maybe every year you have to depute 2 or 3 faculty in industry to understand what is happening in industry. That is very important. If the faculties are trained, then they can, disseminate their knowledge to the students. That is very important. Then we can have a collaboration with other institutes, nearby institutes. Maybe some urban industries are there, some of the industries which are engaging in different kind of processes. We can call them and we can depute our students over there also, maybe for 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month as a part of practice school. That is the kind of things we can do. This is the kind of CMC process, how we can, give the insight on product life cycle. That is called a simulation lab, a pilot plant. We have the pilot plant, we have the, synthesis lab, that organic chemistry lab. We can take them for 1 week in organic chemistry, let them understand the chemistry, how drug synthesis is taking place, what are the areas, what are different processes are going on, everything we can let them understood. After the completion of drug, Same drug, we can take it for the further manufacturing process, whatever being synthesized in their lab. So the entire process, then let them understood the granulation process, dispensing process, then let them understood the mixing process, granulation process, FBD, drying, entire unit operation process. You must be having instrument of drying instrument, maybe having some, drum dryer, all these dryer, they let them understood all these things. Then tablet machines, let them compress the tablets, let them understood the coating process, then for the stability process, after stability, let them understood the, documentation, how it has to be documented. Master file record, all industry prepare the BMR and all of batch manufacturing record. Definitely we can take that in your institutes, how to prepare BMR, how to prepare this all master file, and how to prepare dossier, because industry required dossier. Many people are not aware about dossier also. So dossier is very important. How to make dossier? We can take the help of some industry. Definitely they will give some insight, give some papers, give some documents. We can show the students, and we can also make them involved in that process. That is the kind of things, how they are doing QC, QA parameters. Then finally SOP, how we can make SOP, what is the strategy of making SOP. So entire thing we can plan in 150 hours. We have the 12 weeks per hour. We can plan accordingly, because our target would be making them future ready, a domain expertise, a deep knowledge they should get during this entire practice schools. Then documentation, that is how to make document properly, what is the because data integrity is another problem. Industry wants some student who understood data integrity, because data integrity is a major concern in pharma industry. We all of world is all industries are moving toward QBD, what is quality by design. If your students are knowing at this BPharm level what is QBD, definitely industry will impress. Yeah, the student is knowing what is data integrity, what is QBD. So this is a kind of domain knowledge we can provide to students, because we have to trigger the student minds. We have to make them creative, critical learner. Then and only they can become a problem solver. Either you can give problem to them, make them problem solver. That is the ultimate goal of any kind of process. That is called as CMC, chemistry, manufacturing, and control. One has to understand this. How we can effectively implement this model? For that, we should have a good infrastructure. Means if you have sophisticated instruments like FTIR, DSC, cell biology lab, aseptic labs, all should have. Then and only we can simulate them, and we can give the environments of industry. Then establish effective placement cell, that is very important. Then career guidance cells, one has to, this is very important. We have to always guide the students, what are the career opportunity after BPharm. Then functional internship cells, there should be separate cell of internship where we can provide internship to students in different domain areas. Then strong alumni networks, that is very important. That is lacking in very many institutes, even though they are not conducting alumni meets. That is very important, because alumni are one of the I think kind of one of the stakeholder, we could say, one of the marketing person for your institutes, because they are very connected with your institutes. We have to always connect to them properly. We can make them involved in your academic activities. That is very important, because they are playing vital role in pharma industry. They can provide insight what is happening in industry, and they can guide our juniors, so that juniors should get motivated and they can follow their path. That is very important. So promote industry partnership, functional MOUs, that is very important. Remember, many people are doing only MOUs for paper, on paper. We have the 7 MOUs, we have 8 MOUs, we have 10 consultancies. But what about functionality? It should have functional. If you have 2 MOUs, it's better, no problem. But that should be functional. You should have some collaborative activity with the institutes, or that collaborative institute with the academic and industry. Then IPR cell, incubation cell. Then and only this model will work. Otherwise, it's very difficult to survive. Then finally, how we can evaluate this assessment? This assessment has been done, so it has to be done. So always we have to use this Bloom taxonomy. Whenever we are assessing the student, their capability, their discipline, attitude, and all, how we can develop their cognitive skill, affective and psychometric activity based on this Bloom taxonomy. Definitely, we can utilize their Bloom taxonomy while designing paper of practice schools. It should be knowledge-based, emotion-based, and action-based. Then and only we can come to know whether the outcome is there or not. Because ultimate outcome of your practice school would be the employability skills. You have to improve the employability skills. So that is very important. So because if you just talk about remembering, understanding, only they understood the fact. We have to make them creator. They can create something. Maybe one can start their own startup, and they can give the job to next 10 candidates. So always we have to use Bloom taxonomy. This is the evaluation format, just for your purpose only, reference purpose. Okay, how we can evaluate it, this based on this Bloom taxonomy, we can generate this form. We can give the grading based on that. Okay, and we can have expertise from industry to evaluate this project, student capability. Practice does not make perfect, only perfect practice make perfect. That is very important. Then I'll take you maybe next 10 to 20, 15 minutes. I'll take you on this virtual lab, because now in this pandemic situation, it is very difficult to go to wet lab. We all of you know in these challenging environments, but definitely the solutions are there. Only because there is a, if you have will, there is a way. Only thing is that you have to take this approach very positively. So virtual lab is one area. There are some labs freely available. We can get access. Definitely, we can simulate different activities. We can make them aware about different kind of technology which is being happening in pharma industries. Definitely, student will generate their idea. Sorry, their interest will be generated. I'll take you on this. I hope you all of you getting okay. Yeah, I'm visible to all of you and audible also. Yeah, I'll take you one this okay. Before that, I'll just, this is an explorer lab. I could say it's an explorer lab. Learning by doing. Okay, it's very important. Just let me just a minute. Yeah, this is the lab. I just give me 2 minutes. I'll take you on the lab. Okay, that is a virtual lab. Okay, give me 1 minute. It's going to be open. Yeah, this is the explorer lab. Okay, I'll take you on that lab also. Explorer lab, what is the main idea about this? We have to give the hands-on approach, because now it's very important to give the practical knowledge, because they have understood the theoretical knowledge. They're very good in theoretical. Only thing is that how to apply that knowledge, how to disseminate this knowledge, okay, to the real life problems. That is very important, by understanding the observation, understanding the principle, mechanism of law, okay, and they can exploring the scientific contents used in daily life or day-to-day learning, because in day-to-day learning also there are many things they are learning. Real world applications of concepts they can apply, and performing and conducting experiments at home, that we call as flipped classroom, by themselves during online session wherever it's possible. I'll take you on this one important concept. Okay, we all of you understood agar-aerogel electrophoresis. It is there in the biochemistry practicals. Okay, if you want to perform this practical, first we have to make them understood what is agar-aerogel electrophoresis. Maybe in the animated video we can show them concept, we can clear. After clearing concept, then we can take them on a simulation lab where they can perform actual practical but in virtual reality. Okay, this is one demo experiments I am giving you. Like that we can create the course for your this. Okay, I'll just take you on this lab. Okay, yeah, I'll take you on this virtual lab. Okay, you could see. Okay, before that you can show them the animated video. You can make them understand what is agar-aerogel electrophoresis. You all of you know this gel electrophoresis is widely used for isolation and identification of proteins. Maybe it could be DNA, RNA proteins. Okay, like this is a virtual lab. Okay, I hope you could see this. Sir, is it visible? Tushar sir, hello. Can anybody just tell me, is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Now see, yeah, thank you very much for your consent. This is the kind of agar-aerogel electrophoresis. That is, you can see here the plate is there. This your instrument is there. That is called as gel electrophoresis. These are casting plates, and this is we call as instrument to provide electric currents. So here, what are the things we have to understood? The concentration of agarose. So we can take the concentration as per the standard. We take the 0.6 to 2%. We can select, for example, at 7%. You can take at 6% also, depending on your choice. Okay. Then select the DNA. Here DNA I am selecting PUC19 and PBR. You all of these are vectors. Plasmid, you all of you know, to cut plasmids are mostly used to insert the DNA of interest into that gene of interest. Then take the well. We have the different wells. You could see here the different wells. You can select the wells over here. Before that, marker. Choose the marker size. It could be 1 kb, 2 kb, and all. Make them understood all these things first. Marker could be E. coli. All of you know these are the marker. This is it's enzymes to cleave that DNA at restricted sites. Different marker are there. So they are the E. coli. You can take this AFU. So there are different enzymes that will cleave your DNA at specific sites so as to get palindromic sequence. That we understood in biotechnology, okay, yeah, biochemistry. Theoretical knowledge we have. Now you have to apply practical knowledge, because you are getting theoretical knowledge in your books, maybe okay, a kind of animation video, but this will be the simulation, okay, where we stimulate your things. Then you can start. You can give the all well as well as 3 well. I'm taking all well, okay, maybe E. coli, I'll take it further. Yeah, 4. You can take 1 well also, because there are 5 well are there. Now still 1 is blank, okay. We can fill that also. So I hope you are getting, yeah. This is the things, okay, and now we can take it like this, okay. I'm taking again this. Now start simulation, okay. You have to perform the experiment. Now you have taken these all, all enzymes over here, markers over here, and this instrument is ready with you, but it's virtually available. You can do the experiment. Now start simulation. Now see how it has to be run now. Now we can see the sample is running out, okay. We know the when you apply the current, DNA gets separated because of their molar size, cathode and anodic size, all of you know. This we can see, we can simulate. Now see, it will take time, maybe 5 minutes to complete the cycle. You could see here different DNA fragments at different, because this enzyme will cleave this particular DNA, okay, at different site, and you'll be getting different gene of interest, and that we can visualize under UV. That is the kind of simulation we can provide in practice school at this moment, because we don't have the facility of, we don't have this wet lab, we can say access, because of pandemic situation. We can't go. Definitely this virtual lab will be give the insight, and definitely student will understood the entire process. Got it? This is the kind of things we can turn power on. Okay, now see I have applied electric current, because without electric current they won't move, because proteins are, all of you know, negative charge. Okay, it will require the currents. Now see, the proteins are going to be migrated based on their molar size. This is the kind of simulation they can get. And once your lab start, then you can take it on your lab, and they can perform practical very nicely, because they understood here the theoretical as well as a simulation, simulated things. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, I'll just close this. This is the kind of things we can do. Okay, we can reset it, we can again run it, we can modify concentration at different concentration, different DNA. We can perform this process. Okay, then you can take it on later on. Okay, it will take time, because all of you know the process required near about half an hour. Okay, so I'll just close these things. Only thing is you should understood. They are the things. Okay, the link are there. Okay, there are labs are there. Then I'll take you on this PAGE technology. You all of you know PAGE. God is called as nothing but a sodium dodecyl polyacrylamide gel electrophoresis. This is the now novel technology that is we called as, okay, this is gel already we told. I'll just show you the video. Okay, present the things. Yeah, you can see over here. You can show the video before that.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Just a minute.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Okay, there's some problem in the, okay, not issue, but you can show them this video also. Okay, so this kind of video we can show them, and we can simulate these things. Okay, then student can perform very easily. Okay, these are the labs available. I will share the link to you. These labs are there. Okay, they're freely giving the access for this kind of technology. Okay, where we can utilize. V lab is there. There are n number of O labs is there. Okay, I'll just show you that also. Don't worry. It will take time for that. Okay, just close that. Yeah, I hope I'm audible. Yeah. This is one course I have designed just for your information, how we can design the course. Okay, I have designed one course just for reference purpose. Okay, we have in the syllabus that is computer aided drug design and drug discovery process. This is one course how we can take the student this computer aided drug design course, maybe 1 week or maybe for 2 weeks. We can take them on this computer aided design course. So scope, objective, we let them understand the scope and objective about this course, what they are going to understood, what are the outcome of this course, all these things first. Okay, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thank you. Because yeah. Thank you, sir. I'll take more 10 minutes, then I'll finish. Okay, yeah. This is a very important things to you, because many people are not aware about that, how we have to design this course and how we can take them on virtually, and how we can because that is the things I am going to explore you. Okay, these are the course. Now there are different softwares are there for this course. What we need different softwares, so which are freely available. So I have taken out the different software which are freely available, free access they are giving on different aspects. In the course, what you have to make them understood about the molecules, how to design the molecules. That is the first thing. We can take them on this PharmaGist for molecular docking. Zinc Farmer are there. Because of time constraint, I could not take it on one by one. Okay, but definitely this would be the added advantage to you. We can visit those sites. Definitely, I'm going to share this presentation also. Some corporate materials there that definitely I'll share. But then if you want to understood 3D structures, if you want to get a 3D structure of any proteins, all of you know we have the PDB banks, that is protein database bank. Many people are not aware. So near about 1,62,000 proteins have been deposited till now. At this date, if you just take it on today, if you just visit the sites pdb.com, you'll be getting more than 1,65,422 proteins. How to get access, how to download it, we can make them understood first. Then PEMOL is there, where we can understood the visualization of structure, how we can visualize the molecular structures. Then we can take them on this VLab, which is being designed by Amrita University, which they have designed the CADD virtual lab, complete lab. Freely access, we can get a free access, okay, for this lab. Then genome annotation, if you understood genomic sequence, multiple sequence alignments, similarity index, homology modeling, that definitely we can make them aware about this. Because here, what industry want, if you want to recruit the student in like industry, those are like Gromax, Schrodinger, we have this industry, this company are looking after the talented B.Pharm candidates. If you make them aware about all this kind of technology, definitely your recruitment will be high. The student will get knowledge, and they can become domain expert in those area, and their chance of getting recruitment in those company like VLab is there, VLab Science is there, many companies are there, even drug discovery companies are there. Those are looking for those kind of domain expertise, and we are lacking in this. We don't have this kind of domain expertise. So how we can get employable skill then? How we can make them employable then? Okay, that is the things. Then Open Babel is there. This is the free software used to search, convert, analyze, store data from molecular modeling, other associated areas. Then Drug Bank, if you want to get information of complete drug, like their patents and all innovation, clinical trial, everything you can get it on this Drug Bank. Just put the www.drugbank.ca, then put your drug name, you'll be getting entire history of the drugs. Till date, what is happening, who has done the molecules, who has done that particular discovery, and everything you can get it. That is called as Drug Bank. Then chemoaxon.com, where we can understood geometric optimization. You can optimize the geometry, coordination and orientation of any molecules. That is needed in molecular docking, because you have to understood that key and lock model, how your key is going to fit with your lock. That orientation one has to understood. So where we can, that the web-based applications are there. Only thing you have to make them aware, and we can explore this kind of knowledge to the students. The next I'll take you on. Yeah, just a minute. Sorry, there are some bioinformatics tools. Okay, where we can take them for maybe 1 or 2 days. You can just take them on this website, NCBI, Ensembles, to understood the protein sequence, protein domain, how to get genetic disease, how to get information on genetic disease, enzyme. Literature survey also could be the one of the part of practice school. We can also, because that will be helpful in their project, because in 8th semester they have the project. So this kind of work, definitely they can work further. If you want to work on in silico library or any kind of molecular docking, definitely student can work on molecular docking if you let them understood about this kind of practices to them. So their interest will develop in those areas, and they can become a domain expert later on. Then employability skill would be enhanced. That we need. What is the objective behind practice school? These are the objectives. They are the model that I have been just put in front of you, just to make you understood. There are a number of things we can do. Okay, being a computational modeling experts, so I know about this. That's why I have taken this as a case study, maybe a reference for you. Okay, if you want to understood metabolic pathway, like all of you know, omics is another area for research. Many people are working on proteomics, genomics, and metabolomics. So you can take them on metabolic pathway genome.com, where they understood different metabolic pathway of different diseases. If student understood metabolic pathway of disease, definitely they can think about the metabolic mix area. where that is a new area called as emerging branch in bioinformatics. They can start working on those areas, because all of you know biosimilar market is coming in future. Many industries coming with the biosimilar products, which are identical to your biological products like monoclonal antibody and vaccines, because they are very costly. We have to make them affordable products. That's why we are moving toward biosimilar products like generic markets. Building caffeine molecule, how we can build up caffeine molecules. They are the one software, Avogadro screenshot. This is one software way we can make them understood about this structure, how we can make the structures, which are freely available. All this software freely available. Only thing is that we have to explore. Okay, how to make them. Okay, so because of this time constraint, I could not continue with this, but these are the softwares. Okay, we can suggest them how we can build the structures. Which are freely available on web-based. Even I can share this link to you also. This is a kind of practice we can provide to students. They can do at their home, and they can become an expert, domain expert in those areas. Yeah, I just stop this. So this is the kind of things we can explore to them. Sorry. Then virtual lab, I'll take you on another virtual lab, okay, where we can we have the different practicals. Okay, these are the one lab. Okay, I'll take you on this also. I just click on that. Another virtual lab. Okay, I'll just forward you the link to you. Definitely you can utilize all these virtual lab for your maybe regular practical also we can use. Okay, this is the viscosity determination, how we can determine the viscosity of organic solvent virtually. This is the kind of things. We have the Ostrol viscometer, we have the water, nitrobenzene, toluene. We have the 3 solution. Now our objective is to determine the viscosity of these 3 solutions. We have the smart this stopwatch. Now see, we can just fill the liquids. First we'll take the liquid. You can take water, toluene, nitrobenzene. I'm taking water first at temperature 30. Then fill liquid first. You have to fill the liquids. Now see, I'm taking liquids and filling in this viscometer, Ostrol viscometer, which are being used to determine the viscosity of any unknown liquids. Now after that we can show label also. If you want to show labels, because you have to just determine the timing from this to this, how much time required to move the liquid from this to this, C to D. Okay, likewise we can do it. Then you can start. Now see, timing has been start. Okay, we can measure timing, how much time required to move the liquid from this C to D. That timing we can measure over here, and that is also recorded over here. This kind of simulation we can do. Okay, it's a kind of virtual lab. Okay, because of this pandemic situation, now we have to always utilize these things. Nothing is impossible in this world. Everything is possible. The world say I am possible. Only thing we have to be we should aware about this kind of technology available. All technology available. These are the kind of things. Now see, I have to stop it now. Once the so I have to just stop the button. Yeah, stop. Because see, this is the timing 39 second 22. They are the time period required from C to D. Then we can do the calculation later on. We all know calculation part and all these things. Got it? This is the kind of things we can do in the virtual lab. Okay, we can simulate the students. There are different practicals are there. Okay, likewise we can go ahead. The detection of adulteration in milk, that also we can do. Okay, same thing we can do in simulation. Okay, then Internshada is one website. Okay, where we can enroll students for internship. They provide the online internship for the students. We can also take them on internship also, maybe for 1 month over there. Now in this pandemic situation, many industries are not taking the students because of their overloaded, because of their lack of manpower and all these things. They are not taking the many more students for the internship. But definitely we can take them on online internship, where the student can utilize their skills for social marketing, digital marketing, maybe in different areas, even medical writing. They can assist the writing of papers, writing of citations. Many domains are there. Only thing is that based on your interest, we have to identify. Okay, recently they have opened a free access to all the students. Your institute can also register for Internshada, and we can make them one faculty as in charge for that, and definitely they can assist, he or she can assist to all students. So that is the Internshada. Okay, so I think tomorrow is the last date to register. Definitely I can share the link to you. We can register your college, university, and where student can get free access to all Internshada, where they can get more than I think 20 lakh internships are there. in online internship. In pharmacy, maybe more than 200, 300 we can find. They are the 21st century skills that already we discussed about that. Okay, we have to develop this critical thinking, problem-based creativity, communication, collaborative skills, curiosity. All these characters build up in this during this practice schools. That is the need of our. Okay. Then what is the future prospects? What we can look forward towards the academic institutes? Virtual reality center. One has to open own virtual reality centers. That is the need of our, because we have to think, we have to make our institute future ready also. Not only students, but our institute also. Then virtual manufacturing facility at campus level. Definitely one has to think on that. Whether we can, have a virtual manufacturing system of entire product, maybe parental production, maybe herbal production, that we can develop in our institute. We can, where the student can engage, we can explore them this kind of virtual lab, and they can get access and they can simulate with the real world problem or real world challenges, and they can become a domain experts. That is a kind of we call as, this is my thought process. Definitely this would be the area where we can focus. Again, we have to think about the cost and all these things. Then virtual learning environments for manufacturing, education and training. That is also very important, because nowadays also placement also going on virtually. We have to always make them aware about this kind of virtual kind of environments. We have to simulate them, because many people are afraid about that. How we can talk on the phone, how to appear on the digital platform. Many people are afraid on that. We have to always build their skill, make them understood all this kind of process. It would be the game changer. Definitely, it would be the game changer for all the entire fraternity of pharmacy. So measures, you have to convert energy to synergy. That is very important. Definitely, we can convert the energy level of student into synergy level. That is very important, because school increasingly recognize the need and fostering ethics. You have to develop the ethics and work attitude among all the students. Then and only they can become employable and self-responsible. That is very important, because student has to take ownership of any institutes. Then and only they can grow. Even teacher also has to take ownership of institutes. Then and only the institute can grow and they can themselves grow. Now I think I have finished from my sides. Okay. Finally, I conclude this practice school definitely one of the area where we can improve our employability skills of the students, maybe from 30% to 100%. So I'll happy to take the questions now. Over to coordinator teams. Thank you once again for your patiently listening to me. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for such a fascinating and engaging session. I really appreciate your efforts of taking this session to a whole new level of education pertaining to practice school, as many of us present today here were a lot confused about what exactly practice school is. Now, because of you have given us a clear idea about practice school, and it is surely has cleared the mist around it. Your presentation drew the audience in and held their attention throughout the session. We will surely implement your ideas. I'm glad you reserved a few minutes to field questions, and many of the people attending this session has many doubts to get clarified from you. So let's take our first question. How can we find student interest in a particular subject?
Yeah, ma'am, you have been asked very good questions. That is certainly it is one of the major objective of these practice schools. Okay, so if we have to explore the different areas to students. Now we have to take them for maybe 1 week in the drug designing process, maybe 1 week, next 1 week for formulation, next 1 week for pharmaceutics development, maybe next 1 week for stability study, then clinical trials, pharmacovigilance, then regulatory guidelines, all these aspects, IPR, incubations. So what happens, then student interest will be developed in that. Just now I talk about the drug designing process. Definitely, if the students, if student understood the entire process, what is happening in competition modeling, then their interest will develop and they can choose the topic. That is the kind of things we can do in the practice schools. Definitely, this practice school will boost the knowledge and ignite their minds, trigger their mind to come up with this kind of questions, this interest. And maybe this is the one of the best solution to them. I hope
Yes,
you
sir.
understood. You got
Yes,
that.
sir, yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your helpful comments. Now, the second question among the audience is, what will be type of project work for different departments? They are asking for some type of examples. It will be great if you quote some examples
Project.
so that it will be
Yeah,
clear.
like project start. See, in the project work, what happened, that is in the final semester, that is 8th semester. Okay, in this, what is the major idea behind this practice school? They have to integrate a practice school with the project school. Okay, so if the student interest will develop in the in silico library, a molecular modeling, yeah, any kind of, for example, formulation, herbal formulation, they have to make some kind of, the mask, head mask, yeah, mouth mask with the help of some kind of technology. Definitely, they can go with that project. They can make a herbal preparation like herbal shampoo, herbal hand sanitizer. These are the kind of things they can prepare based on the domain knowledge. If you have domain knowledge, basic skills, then they can come up with this kind of solution. What are the problems? Whenever you are doing any research, always look at the problems. What are the problems in the real world problem? You take that problem and work on that problem. The problem statement is important. You have to take different problem statement. Industry have n number of problems. You can invite the industry to, arrange one hackathon. Like hackathon means nothing but the problem solving capability. And definitely then we can give the project, small project to the students. Now we are looking after the waste management, how we can, involve the student to solve the waste management in hospitals. Hospitals are facing a lot of problems because there are a number of waste are generating in the hospitals. How we can, properly dispose them. That industry, that hospital is looking after that. If you have best solution, then definitely we can design some solution for that. I hope you understood. You got the answer.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, this question is asked by many of the attendees. They have a doubt about this. They wanted to know what is the difference, a major difference between project work and practice school.
Yeah, the major difference in practice school will give the insight on the different domain areas. Like means if you want to understood the formulation process, understood the designing process, understood the animal clinical trials, that we are providing in the practice schools. In project school, we are redefining their role in research. We have to move forward them in the research mindset, because they have to create the research mindset themselves. So what is the how to how to solve the particular issues and how to carry out the particular research project. Maybe you can take it on any kind of research project. We are doing many things. We are doing the nanotechnology, nano suspension, nano emulsion, various things we are preparing. So we can take them on this kind of project further. So for that, they should understood the first, these areas. So what are the experimentation, what are the objective mechanism, then and only they can work on the project. So project means they have to carry out the actual work on their respective domain. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I think this must have cleared the doubt. Now, our next question is, in the syllabus, 6 credits are to be given for practice school. So how should be the grading done? On what terms?
So grading criteria is being given in PCI syllabus. If you just go through the PCI syllabus, they have been given the grading continuous assessment 25 marks and 125 marks for this. Yeah. So we can design that they have given the grading, like later scale they have given 90 to 100, O scale 80 to 89. That means institute has to decide. Certainly institute has to decide that. Okay. So how much marks they have to, but only they have given the marks, total mark 125. So you have to design your exam pattern. That institute level has to be done. You have to do it at institute level.
Okay.
Only they have grading, means for 90%. Maybe you can use Bloom taxonomy for that. For outcome-based learning, we can understand their cognitive skills, their psychomotor activity, their all action-based activity. So that we can design. Grading purpose, they have given the grading in PCI syllabus. If you just visit the PCI syllabus, they have been given the proper grading. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. The next question is, what is exactly expected in project work? Should it always have to be a continuation of what the student has learned in practice school? Because the interest of the students might get changed over the period of time.
Yeah, I think this is a very good question. That is very important. See, if the students make their interest in the particular areas, okay, in the practice schools, they can carry out that same research. Otherwise, they can choose another topic, not an issue, because ultimate goal is to make them employable. That is the ultimate goal of practice schools. How we can make them employable and make them a deep learner, so as to become a problem solver, because that is the need of our. So project work will give the insight on that. Means if you have any problem you identify in practice school, maybe during the granulation process, maybe tablet manufacturing process, if some student observes some kind of phenomena in dissolution process, so definitely they can further take that into the project. That is the kind of integration between the project work and practice school.
Okay, thank you,
Based
sir.
on that, they can also change the interest. No problem. They can, because our goal is to make them employable.
So the next question is industrial MOU essential for this subject?
Not certainly. See, that is depends on the institutes. Okay, if your institute have this facility, kind of facility, simulation facility and all, they can work in this college. If you have good IP relation, industry relation, then you can depute the student in industry. We can invite the industry person. So definitely the MOUs would be the if you go in for the NAC and all other things, MOUs is one of the areas they are looking. So definitely MOU is also very important. We always look after. For that, you have to develop the interpersonal relationship with industry. If you have the expertise in your college, maybe somebody is good in molecular docking, somebody is good in clinical trials. Definitely, industry will coming to your college and they give some project to you, and we can have some collaboration. That is a kind of win-win situation to both. Always needed. MOU is always needed.
Yes, sir. And the last question of this session is there any other way to go for industrial training in this COVID-19 crisis? And are there any organizations providing industrial training?
Right now, this is a very challenging environment. Now, see, this is very challenging to all the institutes, okay, because they cannot, accommodate all the students. Because problem of industry is that now because all of COVID, because of COVID-19, they have a lot of burdens and all these things. Right at this moment, it's very difficult to recruit, but still some industry are hiring, recruiting some students for internship. We can also we can explore our students in those areas. Cadila, Intas Pharmaceutical, in Pune also some industry are taking a student for internship, but the response is very poor in this, since last 3 months I have been observed. Maybe next 2 months we have to face same problem. But after that, definitely we are really fortunate and we are really lucky to be part of this healthcare industry. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to request Professor Shilpa Raut, madam, to present the vote of thanks.
I think I have clear doubts of all. Yeah. Still, if any doubts, please, I'm happy to answer. Okay, no problem.
No, sir. All the questions are solved. These were the questions we received from the attendees.
Yeah, thank you very much, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam. Dear all audience, kindly refer feedback link from chat box, fill it and submit to avail e-certificate. Now we are heading towards the end of the session. Let me grab the opportunity to propose vote of thanks. It was indeed a privilege to have Dr. Satish Polshettiwar for his insightful lecture on pharmacy practice school and was full of wisdom and information. The staff and students who are attending this lecture must have got extensive perception of practice school. It will be definitely helpful for further handling of the subject. Thank you, sir, for sparing your precious time with us. I also extend my sincere thanks to our management, trustee, and honorable president for providing such a great platform and constantly boosting us for achieving new heights. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. K.S. Jain, sir, for constant motivation and enthusiastic contribution for successful conduction of event. I also forward my sincere thanks towards our DPharm principal, Hirode sir, for his valuable guidance and support. I express my gratitude towards all the dignitaries from various institutes for their presence. I forward my gratitude to technical committee who is standing firmly for successful execution of webinar. Finally, and importantly, I thank all my colleagues for their continuous support and to all attendees for their great and huge response. Thank you. Now I am requesting Dr. Jain sir to allow me to conclude the webinar.
Yes, madam. You can go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again, Jain sir, for inviting me as a resource person.
Thank you. Thank
Now
you
we-
very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Proceed, madam.
Now, with due permission of speaker and our principal, sir, I hereby declare that the webinar is over. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy.